Hey guys, hello, hello, hello. It is day 25 of the Stopping Now Challenge. I am your friend and expert leader in the field of changing lives, and my name is Sheila Little. But hey, I want you guys to know this. This week we're on energy, right? We got what, 6 more days to go, and this has been interesting. So I want to say thank you guys for staying with me and just getting into it. I really like talking about energy and emotions and relationships. I told you guys that in the beginning of this week. But the reason I like talking about energy and emotions is because it's like the closest way I can butt up into spirituality in like the spiritual realm without talking about spirituality. So I'll bring in stuff, from the Bible. But I feel like there's just some universal laws that was put in place by our creator that are so phenomenal to me that we can use in our day-to-day life, right? To really help us to understand and break some of the rules, right, of vision, like Yetta says, rules, BS rules that we have been trained to believe, right? That is really preventing us from ultimately having the life we desire and deserve. So, listen, I want you guys to know that our energy is in proportion to the resistance it meets. Our energy is in proportion to the resistance it meets. So, what I'm giving, I'm going to get that resistance back. The level I'm putting out is the level of resistance I'm going to meet. Okay. So, before we get into the 25th thing you need to stop doing, what I want you guys to do is make sure you go and like this post, share this post, and comment if this message like really resonates with you. Make sure you go to my email list, right? If you are on my LinkedIn page or you just don't do the groups and things like that, so you can be a part of my, relationship challenge next month and anything else I have going on. Make sure you join the Elevate in Life group, right? That is the community I'm pouring into this year. I feel called to do that. Make sure you join that I Am Shaping Solutions YouTube page so you can get all the alerts, right? Whether you're on the email list or not, you can get the alerts right to your emails and get out your workbooks because this is going to be a good conversation. Our energy is in proportion to the resistance it meets. We attempt nothing great, but from a sense of the difficulties we have accomplished, right? It's the greatness that you feel is from the overcoming, right? It's from turning our obstacles or overcoming our obstacles, right? Right. So, we talk now about how our kids like just don't, they don't get how we grew up and all of that, right? And you can sit in your glory because you know where you came from, but they got their own resistance that they're gonna have to, go through when they get to their age, right? Because their struggle is going to be different than ours. Okay. But there is a sense of appreciation when you know you worked for something, when you know that you have put your grit into something. There's a book called Grit, and it's an awesome book. I recommend you guys read it. But when you put your grit into something, there is a level of appreciation of value that you get from putting in the work. But this is a universal law. For every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. For everything you do, you're going to get that same thing back, right? But you're going to get some resistance to that. You're going to get some resistance to that. So the 25th thing that I'm going to need y'all to stop doing in 2023 so you can ultimately get the life that you desire and deserve is I'm going to need y'all to stop. Please stop. Stop letting your resistance, stop letting the resistance you feel stop you. Stop it. Because that is a part of life. That is a part of the growing pains. This is how you know you're going in the right direction. This is how you know you're growing. This is how you know life is happening because you're feeling some resistance, right? But in somewhere in our minds, we have taught ourselves that like once I get there, like once I get there, life is just going to be easy and it's just going to be coast. And you don't really want that because as soon as you get there, you're going to be doing something else because that's the appetite of life. You want to be involved in something. You want to be challenged, right? You want to be, in some way creating. That's what make us human beings, right? This is the thing that God placed in you. God said, let us make them in our image, right? Creators. That is who we are, right? And so, this resistance that we're meeting as we're creating the life that we want, or the relationship that we want, or the business that we want, is a part of the process. And when we don't allow it to do what it do, then we will not become the people that we were created to be, right? I see this in relationships, you know. Oh, you trying to argue, or no, you just feeling some resistance. You're feeling some resistance, and now you want to shut down. But that ain't the time to shut down. That's the time to sit, breathe, right? And allow the feelings that you feel to be present, right? And allow it to work itself, but don't let it take charge of you. You are in control of those emotions. But what we do, we'll shut down, not just blank out, you know, and then justify it. Like, oh, you want to argue, so I don't got nothing to say. I'm just going. No, you just feeling some resistance, and now you didn't shut down, and now the relationship can't grow. Now we can't find resolutions. Now we can't find results, because every time a problem comes up, you shut down. Right? Same thing in the business. Every time it's time to do the accounting, every time it's time to hire somebody, every time it's time to now look at our processes and structures, you get a feeling, that resistance to that feeling. Now you start to procrastinate. Now you start to push that to the side, right? And you halt. Don't do that. Stop letting the resistance you feel stop you. Because this is what's causing the dis-ease. And this is why you feel stuck, because you're not allowing the emotion that you're feeling to process. And that emotion that you're feeling is there for a reason. It wants to come up and it wants to come out, right? And whatever aroma it is, right? And sometimes it can come out and it can have a nasty, like a nice, a not nice fragrance. And sometimes it comes out and it has a good fragrance, but it will pass. Most emotions, research says that most emotions only want to last 90 seconds. Do you know why they last longer than 90 seconds? Because you're thinking about the thinking, and then you're thinking about that thinking. So you're thinking about this emotion, and then now you got an emotion about that emotion, then you have another emotion about that emotion. It just becomes a whole snowball effect. And now you caught back in the pattern of procrastination, self-sabotage, all over here when you want to be over there. All right. So stop letting the resistance you feel stop you, because that is a part of life. That is a universal law. When I go to the gym, when I was going to the gym, we pick up weights, right? Why do you pick up weights? Because it's resistance training, right? Because I know I got to pick up something heavy, right? Some weight to strengthen my body, right? When I ride my bike, I switch the tension on the bike, right? To add more resistance. Why? Because I know that resistance is going to what? Strengthen me. We get that, right? But then when we switch that over into life, it's like, oh no, it's not supposed to be like that in life. Well, why ain't it supposed to be like that in life? That's a universal law. Resistance is there to strengthen you. It's not there to hinder you. And listen, when I pick up that weight, it is tearing my muscle. It is breaking the fibers of my muscle. It is, right? So there is some breaking that you feel, right? To be restored again. It is breaking a part of you, the old you, so that a new you can be reborn, a renewed you. Okay? All right? So get out your workbooks. This is a very, if you get it, this is a very passionate place for me. Energy and emotions. I love working with people and managing their emotions, because We were not taught this. And this is a part of our practical day-to-day life. And we're being parents and we're in relationships and we're in our own lives and we don't know how to manage our emotions and we're raising kids and we're in unhealthy relationships and we're in toxic places because we don't have a personal relationship with our emotions, nor do we know how to support other people in their emotions. And the emotions is a part of life and energy is a part of life, but we have amputated that as if it don't exist, as if it's not a part of who we are. And it is. It very much is. All right. So get out your workbook and I want you to list 3 areas in your life that you have allowed the resistance you feel to stop you. Is it in your business? Is it in your weight? Is it in your relationships? Is it in you know, is it in a conversation that you want to have with someone, but you're not having it because of how you feel, the resistance you feel? Okay. And then I want you to, on the other side, when you list those 3 things, what is the outcome you want? When you overcome that obstacle, what would be the benefit of it? What would be the benefit of losing the weight? What would be the benefit of starting a business? What would be the benefit of having that conversation? All right. Because that is what you need to anchor so you can get it done, so you can let that resistance strengthen you so that you can be strong enough to carry the thing that you want to carry on the other side. All right. I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 26 of the Stop It Now challenge. I'm Sheila Little. Till later.